presentation part is over. Guests, you're welcome to hang on to our partners. I just want to share some things with you. When we go to a company that monitors Forex companies. Now, this is the Rise 2.0. This is in real time, like Tuesday, February 27th. Right now, the return has been 28.05% since January. That ain't bad at all, ladies and gentlemen, since January. And then, like I said, you can look at this program right now it shows you all the deposits, a little over 400 million is monitoring from just from our account. So your money is intertwining with all these $400 million of dollars, so it's giving you more longevity because the system, the algorithm is playing with this money on a daily basis. So your $500 and your $100 or your $1,000, the minimum that you can invest is $500. I'll tell you, and the maximum is $1,500. But before now, just to be able to get involved with this, you would have needed $250,000 just to be able to have this type of technology working for you. Remember I told you you can look at hourly? Like this is the last 24 hours. The last 24 hours, if you notice right now, the last 24 hours, it wins more than it gains. For an example, an hour ago, it's got a total of 62 trades. It lost 38%. With 101 trades. So every hour on the hour, it loses trades, but it also gains trades. And it always wins more than it loses. Look at it, every single hour. Now this one was kind of close. It lost 47%, but it won 53%. But for the most part, like this one, it won 64%, lost 36%. So it's always winning more than it's losing. And you can save that as an app. Go to my FX Book app, and you can, especially if you put some money into this. If you put some money into this, yeah, you really can just watch it in real time. Okay, so one second. So. Now I want to take you to, hold on. I want to show you those in the Bitcoin Club. Hopefully you should see this. Let me just make sure you get this. Okay. Now, one thing I want you to understand, guys, is this. Remember, those of you that we told you cycle over and over and over again. These are every time you fill a community, it starts a new community. Now, what I want you to look at. Let's say that Thursday there's going to be a cost of $49, and some of you are in some communities that have become stagnated. And they become stagnated because you may have put your kids there, or you may have, some people may have gotten in, and everybody in that whole community is waiting on spillover, which happens. So if nobody's doing nothing, then the whole community is just going to stop, come to a complete halt. Well, this is what you can do a couple of things. One, let me just bring my buddy up real quick. I'm going to show you something. Knowing that come Thursday, there's going to be an enrollment fee. Guys, you can sell positions. So Isan, you got 2 positions in for your kids. And what you can do is turn around and move those positions, because you can. So a person signs up, instead of bringing them in new and having them pay the $50, this is what I would say to them. This is my pitch. This is what I'm telling people already. Listen. Is what I can do. I may have a way. I have a spot that you can take over. If you have 2 people, I can wait. 2 people that you can bring with you. I'm going to waive the $50 fee for you. I'm going to waive it. If you only have 1, I'll waive. I'll cut it in half, or I'll just put you in a spot where you got some spillover already. So so you can. So what does that mean? Let me just show you what I'm talking about. You got to look at your boards, or your communities. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So, Issa, I'm going to use you for an example. Now, this is your wife. I believe these are your kids. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, these are your kids right here. So your kids already have 2 spillovers already. This is of value. So that's one kid got 2 here, and this one got. So I would tell them, I would sell their spots. Now, how do you sell their spot? One, if they just take over, they pay you the $50. You put that in your pocket. You put that $50 in your pocket. We're just going to change information from that person to your person. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to do. We can change the username, and I'm going to change it. And then they'll change the wallet, and they'll change the name, and then that person's now taking over your position, right? Only thing you got to do is pay the $10 as an existing member. Now, but here's the thing: if I got a brand new person who's coming in, I'm telling, listen, I'm going to save you $50. As long as you bring in 2, guess what? I just moved this community right here has been stagnated because there's nobody really moving. It's been like this for a minute. You just now started up the train again. And I'll tell you something, and that because what happens is now they bring the people in. This one has 2 people already. He starts getting paid out. And now when you sell a position, you already got people underneath it. That's even more value. You can say, listen, I can sell that position for $100. It's already got the position I'm selling to. You already got 2 people there. Now, I probably wouldn't do that. If you got a position already got 2, you're already at your pay line. I would keep that on myself. I would just sell that one spot and say, listen, if they're coming in with people, it's paying you out right at the door. But these are things that you can do. The second thing I would do, another thing I would do, for those of you who don't have multiple positions, let's say you don't have multiple positions, and this is you right here. You're sitting here, your community's been empty like this, has been like that for a while. You're a little frustrated. You're seeing people cycling, you're hearing people cycling, but you're not cycling because it's for whatever reason. Remember, the system, the computer is got all these different boards. It's going from, depending upon where that person signs up with, it's first going to look at the sponsor, then it's going to look at the people under the sponsor until it finds the empty box. You may be 5, 6, 7, 8 people down, and it may be a long time before it hits your empty box if you brought nobody in. It's not that it won't, it's not that it can't happen. It eventually will happen, but you're at the mercy of the computer. But when you're able to control it, now you got some things going on. So let's say I'm Israq right here. And, I've been sitting here and you know what? I may say, you know what? I know this thing is getting ready to go up. And again, this is only for those of you that have people on the fence, that got people waiting. If you're, well, I like to say if you're in an NFL club with no friends left and you're scared to talk to people, well, this ain't for you. Then you might as well, you can hang up right now. This ain't for you. But for those of you who've been speaking to people, you have people on the fence, and you're about to take advantage of this new marketing system. And I'm going to tell you, this new marketing system is going to be no joke. I was with Wall Street over in Chicago and Detroit. It's really going to be hands-on. We're changing a bunch of things for the club. We got a nice professional video being made right now. It's going to be a corporate video with the voiceover. The 337 Go has been updated. Make sure if you haven't watched 337 Go, look at that. That has been updated. But we're using that until we have this marketing system complete. And the corporate video and the new slide, we got have some new corporate slides being made right now, all high res, high def, explains a little bit more, putting some things in place that's really, really going to be to the betterment of the whole club. It's also going to help with the diversification, help us diversify into different communities, into international waters, and so on and so forth. But again, if you got a few folks on the sidelines kind of waiting, I know myself, I'm going to take 4 or 5 new positions. And because guess what, as people, that to me, it's a commodity for me. If I got 5 or 6 businesses, especially I got some of my kids' business I've been working, and then I'm just working their business. I may get, I've gotten up there. I'll sell one of their positions, and when they already got a couple of people underneath them. But now what happens is I move those communities because now the person at the top is a new person coming in, bringing in new life, bringing in new blood. We just did a presentation in every stop we had. Chicago had 150 people in. We were 30, 40 people signed up. Detroit, we had 40, 50 people there. Another 15 people signed up. In Philadelphia, another 7 to 10 people signed up. I came home on Sunday. I did a meeting in Newark. Another 7 to 10 people signed up. The live presentations are creating this frenzy. But you have to be able to participate and get yourself caught, and get your community caught into it. Let me just show you what happens so that sometimes you'll notice, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Let me take my man Yakira here. See my man Yakira, you notice these people, this is my man Derek Smalley out of Pennsylvania. This is one person he brought in, but most of these people were all spillovers for him. That person brought him to a whole new to a new community. Let me see if I can find him again. And you'll notice every time you start over again, and then you start getting other people who you don't know fall up under you. You start getting other folks that you don't know that fall up under you, and your cycle. But if you do this correctly, if you bring people and you really start getting people to fast track, that starter in level 1 is so pertinent, because when people start to see these things hitting their wallets, this is when you click on withdraw and you start seeing your wallet payments. Some of them are all the same day, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. Like this, the 17th, 2 times, the 8th. You start getting these deposits every day into your wallet. You want to, and all it takes is one person. You bring in one individual that's a center of influence. One person can move communities 10, 11, 12 times. And you'll find yourself getting paid out. Like, look at this. The 11th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, 7 different boards, 7 different payouts. All within 6 hours of each other. And all it takes, guys, is to find, and again, it may not be who you know, but it's who they know. And the way the system works, so we keep telling you over and over and over again. See, at every level, this is level 1, you got your different communities here. At level 2, different communities. Level 3, different communities. At level 4. It's every community, every level, there's a different community. And what happens is, if you can buy your way through or a level up, because as you notice, people at level 3 or level 4, at level 4 right now, it's 3 of us. It's 3 of us. And right now, I got a bunch of people getting ready to go to level 3. I got 3 people that text me, and then I told you on the phone, you got some of you getting some payouts tonight and tomorrow at level 2. Take those money and go to level 3, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here. You got 2, 3 new spots, and some spillover can come up at level 3. At level 3, guys, you're a little $2,000 a hit. I'm telling you what I know. It's once you understand these boards and these communities. I mean, like congratulations to Naja in Georgia. They're rocking this thing. They're now got a bunch of people coming, cycling around. So what I'm sharing with you is you can control your communities and kind of jumpstart yourself. So let me just show you one more time what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to find the right one. Okay. So here's my girl right here. So Miss Des. Miss Des has her daughter and her niece. Yeah. All right, so Ms. Des put her daughter and her niece. She got paid out on the niece already. You also got paid out on this young lady here over her person. These were all spillovers for you, for Deb. Now here's the beauty. I would sell the daughter who's not doing anything, and I would sell the niece's position. Because when you sell the daughter's position, look at this. That position, you're selling that person. Listen, it's already got one person there. So that's worth something to somebody. They're coming, if I got a brand new person, and I tell them, listen, right now the enrollment's $100 and the cost of Bitcoin. If you bring in two, guess what? I'll waive the $100. You bring in two, and I'll let you take over the spot. That's not costing you anything. If they bring in two at the gate, look what happens. That first person goes there, and the next person goes there, which pays them out. If they come in nobody, you can say, listen, I'll sell you my position. It's already got a spill over one person. And whether that person's active or not, it's really irrelevant because it's not network marketing where that person really got to still be working daily. It's a position that's already held. So one of the spots is already taken, which means they can go right to their beeline. And they can bring one of their family members in and take over that position. And now you just sold your spot. They're paying you the coin. You're getting paid the enrollment because you already own these positions. So you got some of your money back, and if you do it right, you can you can charge them. Actually, you can put a little value on this and say, listen, it's already got a spot there. I'm charging you $100. Most people will pay, especially if they know they got some people trying to come in, or they have a hard time finding people to come. So you got to learn, think outside the box for a second, and you can really control your boxes and control your communities. Because what's happening, guys, is a bunch of your communities are stagnated, and they're stagnated. Like this community is stagnated. Let's look at it. Let's look at why it's stagnated. It's stagnated because my girl here is trying to get other people. Now this is my girl Deb. Deb, you're on your Des, you're on your pay line. So anybody you bring in, you get paid on. You got two more spots. Now the nice thing about this is you're going to fall. Let me just show you exactly. Let me show you how you know where you're going to fall, so you can see what I'm talking about. You see her name is Miss Desiree. You see her sponsor is Georgia JJ. So when this fourth person fills up, she doesn't have to stay in this community. She's going to now fall under Georgia. She's going to follow Georgia. So I'm going to show you exactly where she's going to fall when this fourth spot. Let's just say that two people came tonight and this one filled up. I'm going to show you exactly where this will go, so you can start knowing how this falls. Or I should say dead, but you go from a non-active community to a moving community. Here's my girl, not Naja. Naja got now these Nazi. She done dropped about 6 new people in her communities right now. She's doing her thing. She's cycled 3-4. Her whole community about 3-4 times in the last week and a half. Some of you guys are waiting for other people to do it for you, and I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be a long wait. Unless you luck up and fall under a community that's moving. So Georgia is Georgia. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So what happened, Georgia, if you're on, you'll see that when that person, let's say Ms. Des, she got our fourth person tonight, she would fall right here. She would fall right here, which would be under Mary, and then Frank is your new guy who just signed in tonight. Frank is full. That's your brand new person here. But look at this how this community works for a second. Let me go backwards for a second. You see Georgia's name twice. You see that? You guys see that? Georgia here and Georgia here. Well, Georgia follows Naja. Naja has cycled so many times. Georgia's also cycling. She cycled one time and she came back around again and fell. Let me see. I'll show you. When Georgia filled up her community. So you see how she filled this whole community? Because she's following Naja, You see where she just came right back and fell back under Naja again on Naja's pay line? She was Naja's a person here on activation. She filled her community and came right back around because she's under Naja and fell right under Naja's pay line again on the same community. You see that? Georgia and Georgia. That's not a mistake. That's a person cycling over and over again. Now you're starting to get the understanding what I'm talking about. Now Georgia is here, and then now and people following you is now going to fall right here, or anybody else you bring. So now Georgia, you're on your pay cycle. Anybody coming in now, especially you got a lot of movement going on. You can put them in. Anybody you put in right now, especially you got some people on hold. You got some folks going. You got the momentum going. I would drop a couple of people in, and guess what? It's going to pay you right back out. And then you can sell those spots and make a few extra dollars. But now you got communities moving. Now Mary's excited. She got 2 people dropped on her. She may drop somebody that's going to fall in. She's going to get paid out. Frank's going to be excited. Frank just signed up tonight. He's got his wife coming in. He's got his buddies coming in. I'm telling you guys how to move the communities. You got to look at this like a chess game. Some of you don't know how to read the community. You got to look at it like a chess game. And as you look at it like a chess game and you look at your people as you're helping your friends and family, then you start, because if you learn it, then you'll know exactly where they're going to fall. So if I'm trying to, let's just say I'm trying to create spillover for me. Let's say let me just find it something else. Let me say. Let's say I'm David C here, right? David C is on his pay line right now. So anybody he enrolls personally is falling right here. That falls into his pay line. So you got to look at your communities. Those of you that you're seeing just yourself up there and there's nobody on your A or B, that's because above you, you can't see above you. You can only see below you. But what's happening is above you, there's communities. And those communities are just stagnated. So if your community has been sitting there with no movement for the last week or 2 or 3 weeks, guess what? That means you're in a stagnated community. And only you can make the difference there. Now, when we tell you to level up, it's important because you may level up. Let's say you're in a stagnated community, but your thing is, I'm not going to level up because I'm just going to fall into another stagnation. But now let me just grab my man Charles for a second. All four, here's my man Charles here. So the Charles, see, this is what you see, Charles. You see is just you. So you just see I'm in level 1. I mean, that's a level 2 position. That's what you see. Well, this is what I see. See, I see that's what's above you. I know who's following you. Same thing with my man Mark Bordley. See, when I tell you Mark, that's a level. That's level 2. See, when I told Mark, and I know Mark, you want to call, my man Daniel just leveled up. He just fell your spillover. That's my man Daniel from Detroit. He just leveled up when we was in Detroit. Well, actually, yesterday he fell here. But this is my son, and then he's got somebody who's actually leveling up tonight. But in fact, they paid the money. They was a little short, and they are just getting the rest. They're going in tonight, and they're going to fall right here, which is going to pay you out at level 2. Now you and another guy is up to y'all to get to level 3. It's going to be interesting to see which one of y'all get there first, because one's going to fall underneath each other. So it's a matter of who gets there first, who can get the spillover on level 3. Well, my man, let me just grab Charles for a second. I'm going to show you Charles. Let's see. Level 1. See, these communities, guys, it's this. I'm telling you, this is like a chess game. It really is like a chess game. You're always at the top of your community. You can never see the person you never see the person above you. My girl Tasha, same thing. You're on your pay line, Tasha. You're on your pay line. Anything you bringing right now, level 1, that's falling to your pay line right there. Yeah, I lost Charles. I don't know where did you go, Charles? Let's see. So I mean, like I said, guys, it's really, you know, this is a chess game. So what I'll do real quick, I'm just going to open up. If you got any questions, just shoot it on the chat line. If you have any questions, just shoot it in the chat line. But I really wanted you guys to see, to start understanding what you have. I know my girl Barbara from Dallas. You're trying to make some things happen. How to answer your question live too. So you just got paid out twice on level 2. Yeah, that was Barbara. You got paid out twice here. So your circumstances is at level 2. Your next like your brother and your husband who's following you, they would fall here and here. And then at level 1, there's another person that was sitting stagnated for a while, but then she started doing some things. She moved to her communities, and it begins with us. It begins with us, guys. I'm telling you, especially now, if you do this right, it's not going to be $99, but I wouldn't tell people to the last minute. I'll say, listen, it's 99, and then tell them, oh, listen, it's a special. I would tell them, listen, they decided to only do 49 right now. But I'm telling you guys the truth, it's $49 is going to be the upgrade. But if you have extra positions and you got pending people's waiting, and you have the financial wherewithal, especially if you're in your pay line, do it. Do it, and then when they come to $49, that $49 goes in your pocket. You just earned yourself a few extra dollars. Plus you got your coin back. They're taking over your spot, and they're paying you the coin and the $49 fee. So hopefully you guys see that. Any questions? All right, there you go. Is it better to add family on level A or buy level 1? You get a Bitcoin store, can you use a credit card? If you cannot get to a Bitcoin store, can you use credit card? You can only use credit. Well, you can use credit card, Charles, only if, like right now, your brother, you got your 2 brothers. I would. Yeah, the only way call me offline, but we have to do it the way we've been doing it for tomorrow. But if you can't get to the store, you can only way you can use credit cards through Coinbase, but that takes 4 days to hit your wallet, so you don't want to do that way. But we can work it out with the debit card or credit card to the PayPal like we've been doing, and we can make that happen. To add family, Sandy, is it better to add family on level A or buy level 1? That's a good question. Normally, it's better to level up on level 1 if you have the wherewithal, if you got to make a decision. But this is what I would do, though. This is what I would do. So, Sandy, in your particular case, level 1 is going to cost you $500. I would take that $500. I would put in 2 positions, which is the same $500. I would put in your spouse or your child. One of them is going to pay you. You do 1 position under you, and you do the second one under that person. So let's say your spouse, you make your spouse your level A. Let me see if I can find you in here. Sandy. You make your spouse level A, and then you make your son under your spouse. And I'm going to show you how it's going to look on the board. And then you get paid out. That's going to pay you. But even if your son's not going to work the position, you turn right around, and then as people come in, you're going to do 2 things. You're going to have social proof. You're going to show that you got paid. And 2, you'll get that money, and you'll be able to sell that position, make a few extra dollars, and then level up to level 1. Or so right now it pays to do the 2. Ordinarily, I would tell you to level up. If it was not for the circumstance that we have now, it's better to keep moving up as fast as you can, because moving up puts you ahead of other people. But because of the circumstance that we currently have, with the price going, with an enrollment fee starting, it's a small window of opportunity. Let me just see if I can find this. I'm just see where you're at. There's a small window of opportunity to take advantage of. Text me who your sponsor is. I forget who your sponsor is. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you exactly what you do. In this case, you would I think this is you right here. This is you right here. Okay. So you're under my man, Hot Market. Now, Dave, I think you should be on the call too. Yeah. So Hot Market is my man, Dave Sims. Dave, you got a couple people pending yourself. So if you enroll, you picked up my man's overflow, but you can your second person will go here, and your other person will pay you out, which will fall under my man Sandy Belton. Now, Sandy, what happens is, let me show you what happens to you. This is what you see on your board right now. I would put my spouse right here. As soon as you put your spouse in, right there, or I'm saying spouse, I'm assuming you have a spouse, or whoever the two, I would take 2 people. So person number 1 will go right here. And then person number 2 will be enrolled by person number 1, which will now make that person go right here, which is going to pay you. Now, the first takes place. Now you can share with other people how you earn. You're making money. You earn something, and then you level yourself up to level 1. That's how I would do it. That's how I would roll. And that will take it. And then you have those 2 spots. Charles, same thing with you. I would do your 2 brothers. Even if they didn't have the money right now, I would cover them before it goes up. Have them pay you. You keep that $50 per person. That's extra $100 in your pocket. So you reimburse yourself. You picked up extra $100, and it also will pay you out, because same thing's gonna happen, Charles. You're gonna put one brother there, and this is what you do. You play one brother against the other. You say, listen, if you get in first, I got another brother ready to get in. Whoever give me the money first, I put one underneath each other. So one will go there, and the other one go in your beeline, and that will pay you out, Charles. And then you can start showing some Bitcoin coming in, and then you start showing social proof, showing how you can win. That's how I would play this. I'm telling you, it's like I got a couple positions with my kids. I'm telling you, I'm selling one of my daughter's positions, Kiana. Okay, so I sold this position, right? Now this position has been paid 0.048, right? So 0.048. So it's been paid $500 some, right? Actually, it's been paid more, because at the time we got paid, Bitcoin was actually $18,000. So it actually was paid over, this position at that time was paid over $1,000. So when you're talking to somebody, so this is her position. She got one board. She's got one spot left over. So I sold this position. I already told the guy, because the guy said he couldn't come in to for another week and a half. So I said, listen, I can put you in a spot. It's already got you. You're gonna cycle one time. I said, you're gonna put one person is gonna take you to a whole new community. Is gonna move you over, and I showed him where it's gonna go. I said I was gonna sell the spot for $500. I said, but if you bring in 2 people, I'm gonna waive the $500. So he was gonna pay $500, because I showed him where it had already made $1,000. I showed him my daughter's wallet. I said, it's already made $1,000. Now he ain't gonna get the $1,000, because he didn't spend that money. I said, but it just showed him how it works. This is just business. So I showed him how it works. And I said, I'll tell you what. Instead of paying me $500, you come in with 2 people, I'm waiving the $500. He wasn't even thinking about you. Now I didn't change his entire mindset. He sees this. He's coming in, which is now going to move this board. It's going to move this community. You know what I mean? And then it's going to fall under. Actually, my daughter falls under my son Daniel. So he's going to start a brand new. He's going to come here, bring one person in, another person, and he'll start a brand new community. And he's coming in with excitement, which now moves my other son's community. And he loves it because he's now got a good deal, and he feels he got a good deal, which he does got a good deal. But I just sold the sizzle, not the steak, because I showed him where just $1,000. I showed him through my daughter's wallet how many times it got paid. Because this was in the very beginning when it came and she got paid most of all that money all the same within 4 days of each other. It was exciting, and I said, listen, as you look at it, it's only 5 people. He said, I could put 5 people in. I said, exactly. I said, you could duplicate what she did and you paid the same exact time. So I went here. Let me show y'all. I'm sure you where to go. I went to her withdrawals. I said, look, she got 2 payouts the same exact day. And another payout a week later. This is all before Christmas. He's like, wow. I said, now if you just did this, that's just your 5 people. That will happen same night for you. I said, now, I was going to sell for $500. He was going to pay me $500. I said, here's the thing. If you know you can put 5 people in, all I'm saying, you got to come in with the 2. I waive the $500. So they're paying me $500. You come in with the 2 people. And you're going to save the enrollment. I mean, you'll save the enrollment fee. Oh, he was blown away. So it's all about selling the sizzle and not the steak.